What's going on, golf addicts? Welcome to Tour Junkies After Dark, presented by DK Sportsbook. We're the Tour Junkies. It's after dark. It's also after Masters Week. We're here to talk the RBC Heritage 2023, talking about a few outrights, maybe a couple top 20s that we're interested in over there on DK Sportsbook. Had a great Masters Week. We did advise you on this very show. Jon Rahm was the value all day long at plus 900 or 950. What we saw both numbers on DraftKings there last week. Better than Rory, obviously. Way better selection than Rory. Anybody could have told you that. Well, maybe not Pat, but anybody else would have told you that on the Tour Junkies team. But Jon Rahm wins the Masters. Did a full recap of that on our show. Had a good time with some of the other crazy things that happened at Augusta National. So you can check that out on the Tour Junkies YouTube channel. But while you're here, hit the like button and subscribe to the DK channel if you haven't already. All right, RBC Heritage, Harbour Town, Hilton Head Island, an elevated event. So we have a stacked field, a field that we've probably never seen. Actually, I can tell you, we've never seen a field this strong at Harbour Town. What do you need to know about Harbour Town? Well, we talk about it a lot on our podcast. You can go check that out. Pat Mayo's got it all over his podcast. But it really does open itself up to any style of play could win here. A bomber could win here. A guy who barely gets it out, past the ladies' tees could win here. A great putter could win here. A bad putter could win here. Basically, you just got to make sure the irons are dialed for this week. Make sure you can get up and down. It's not tough to get up and down, but you are going to miss greens. And then roll the rock on these Bermuda putting surfaces. So, Pat, you ready to get into this? Let's talk about a few outrights that we like.
Yes, absolutely.
Top of the board, who do we like? Who we on early?
Well, I'll give you two guys that I like up here. You've got Scotty Scheffler and you got Jon Rahm. Those are the two favorites. Actually, Scotty is a little bit of a favorite over Jon Rahm coming off of his Masters win. And then you got Patrick Cantlay right there behind him. But I'm going with two guys here that I think, we saw them both flash themselves, not nakedly.
Oh, okay.
Like they didn't flash their boobies or anything, but they were up there on the top of the leaderboard for a little bit on the first page, and that was Collin Morikawa and Viktor Hovland. Collin Morikawa is 18-1 this week. You know what? He gained strokes scrambling last week, DB, which is a little bit shocking to me. We've seen his scrambling be a little bit of an issue with him. We know he's a fantastic ball striker, which you've got to be on this golf course. And then Viktor Hovland is one of the best ball strikers in the world, and he is at 22-1. So I like them both. Viktor Hovland will make me a little bit nervous if he's missing greens, which I don't think he'll do. And I think this is really a good course fit for him. So I like them both. 22-1 Viktor Hovland, 18-1 Collin Morikawa.
I prefer the Morikawa play. He's one I like, but I will say, if you look at Harbour Town, statistically, it's not a hard place to chip from, so that might help Viktor a little bit. But yeah, I'm with you on Morikawa. I think if I were going to take a shorter number here, I think Cantlay is, everybody's pissed at the guy for playing so freaking slow at Augusta, but 11-1, he's absolutely crushed it at Harbour Town in years past. He lost in a playoff to Jordan Spieth last year. I could see him taking this thing down. I don't love it at 11-1, but I could see it happening. So him and Morikawa would be it for me. Working down the board a bit, kind of this mid-range. To me, Sungjae Im at 28-1 is one of the first names that kind of makes me stop scrolling. Finished 21st here and 13th here in years past, but Sungjae is just rolling right now. I mean, his form is so solid. He does everything well, and it feels like he is on the precipice of another victory on the PGA Tour. So I'm interested in Sungjae. And then I'm probably gonna steal this one from you, but I do like the Irishman Shane Lowry here. I like Shane here at Harbour Town. And Shane's played well here. He has 2 third-place finishes in the last 4 years and a 9th in 2021, which in all 3 of those years, it was played at the same time. He did miss the cut in 2020, but that was the COVID year. They played it in June. Golf course was different. He was rusty. Who cares? I think this is a great spot for Shane Lowry at 30-1, and I bet that number gets bet down. So give me Sungjae and Shane.
Yeah, I am in agreement with both of those guys on you, and definitely Shane Lowry was one that you definitely
nice. I cucked that one from you.
You got him from me, but a couple others that I like. Tommy Fleetwood, the damn guy is going to win eventually, And I just think this could be a week. This is a great course fit for him. He is 65-1. Also, I like JT Poston. So just looking at a few guys that are longer shots here, he's at 65-1. He's got a fantastic course history. He's finished top 10 in this field, I think 3 of the last 4 years. So JT Poston loves this golf course. 65-1. He's another one that I like this week. Now, the sneaky one is, well, he's not really sneaky because I think a lot of people are going to be on him, but Matt Kuchar is at 50-1. I think you look at him as more of a top 10 or a top 20 bet, but I do think there's going to be a lot of folks that talk about him as an outright.
Yeah. Okay. I could be interested. I'm surprised you didn't say Ricky because everybody wants Ricky to win.
I guess.
I like the post and play. I'm going to go back to Chris Kirk at 80-1, who just won the Honda a couple weeks ago. You were on him at 35-1. Still playing well. Played great at Augusta. Great course fit for Kirk. So I'm going to go Kirk, and I'm interested getting into the 100-1 range. Seamus Power to me is an interesting name. A guy who's played well in big events. PGA Tour winner. 110-1 just seems too long, even for Seamus in a field like this. So I'll go Seamus.
Yeah, I don't mind Seamus. I got 2 others, and that's pretty much it. I really don't have anybody past this. Matt Wallace, who we've seen at 100.
Yeah, you're getting on the Wallace train now. Here we go.
Get on to it. He just won recently over in wherever they were, Dominican. Is that where they were? 110-1, and then actually shorter than that, 80-1. Wyndham freaking Clark. Okay. Wyndham Clark is at 80-1. He's been fantastic with the irons lately. We always know he's been a great putter, and we always said, like, when are the irons going to come around for Wyndham Clark? And they have. So I like him at 80-1 also.
All right, let's talk about some top 20s because we got 140 something guys here. It's not likely that the 150-1 guys are probably going to win this golf tournament, but a few of them could be in top 20 consideration. I will start and say a guy that I haven't mentioned to win, but Cam Young at plus 120, I like a good bit. Finished 3rd here last year without Paul Tesori on the bag, caddying for him, who caddied Webb Simpson around this place very well over the last 10 years or so. So I like Cam Young to hit the top 20 number at a plus 120. I like Sung Jae, who I already talked about, at plus 130. And then you already mentioned it, but Kuchar plus 190 as a top 20 just feels like an absolute lock. This will be, I think, his 20th year playing. He's only missed 1 cut. He has countless top 20s here. So it seems like it should be a lock.
Yeah, big fan of that. And going back to, speaking of a guy you mentioned, Shane Lowry as a top 20 is plus 150. I think that's a great number for him. Russell Henley, who we saw play well at the Masters last week, I like him at plus 190. And then another couple others that I think, some longer shot plays that I think you could go with. Tom Hoagie is plus 330. Tom Hoagie is just, fantastic tee to green. This is a perfect Tom Hoagie type golf course. So I love him as well at plus 330. And I think I'll stop there. I don't know if you have any longer ones, DB, but that's where I'll stop.
I'd go Brendan Todd and Nick Taylor, both at plus 450, both playing well, both suit the course just fine. Nick Taylor's really been popping. He's either going to miss the cut or finish top 10. So if he makes a cut, you can almost guarantee a top 20. He almost won the Waste Management. That was an elevated event. Played really well at the Genesis as well. Nick Taylor's just golfing right now. When he's on, he's on. And then I'll go Ben Griffin at 5-1. The rookie has had a phenomenal year. He's been racking up top 20s, 30s, and 40s. Been knocking on the door of maybe breaking into that top 10 a little bit. This is a great course for him, and kind of in his backyard. That Southeast North Carolina boy, Sea Island resident right now, should feel very comfortable on Bermuda coastal, windy conditions like Harbour Town's going to give you. So that's it. That's Tour Junkies After Dark for the RBC Heritage. If you want more, go check out the Tour Junkies YouTube channel. And while you're here, hit the like button, comment. What do you think? Who's your favorite outright bet for the RBC Heritage? And make sure you subscribe to the DraftKings YouTube channel. All right, that's it for us. Make DraftKings pay. See ya.
Oh.